Manifesting Monday. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. Got to see friends, enjoy really great weather, and continue on the manifestation journey of having your best life unfold. Grand Rising, everybody that's joining, what's up? Happy Monday. So happy to know that you are all joining this morning. You're in love. I'm glad that you're in love. Detroit was a flow in the house. Hi, everybody that's joining. Thank you. These necklaces, both of these are by Danielle Gerber. They're beautiful. They make me feel insanely magical. Mami, happy Aloha Monday. I don't know if you're in Hawaii. If you are, it's pretty early there, I think. Landon, hi, sweetie pie. Landon, send me a DM or text me. I know that they get lost and stuff, but just send me a text and we'll talk about the retreat. Grand Rising, happy Monday from Vegas. It's pretty early in Vegas too. I'm in love too, found the best man ever, and we've been so happy. I'm so happy to hear it. Grand Rising from British Columbia, Canada. What's up? We got Gary in the house. Oh, your sister just surprised you after 2 months of being away. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. Good morning from Tampa. How many people are doing their manifestation work? How many people, Toronto, Canada in the house, are working on their everyday manifestations? What is it that you want? Are we actively using our mind to guide us in life, or are we just allowing our subconscious thoughts to guide us to wherever we're going to go? Liz, Grand Rising from Jersey, Miami. Yo, we got people all over the place. Hi. But that is my question of the day. Like, I've been posting in my stories a little bit about intention. So, like, what are your intentions every single day? Are you just waking up every day hoping for a good day? Or are you actively making it a good day by using your subconscious mind? Because, oh God, I'm not gonna repeat that one, but I do affirmations every day. So the affirmations are so friggin' important. New Jersey, moved to Texas. Love it. So I'm going to read this. This is from The Law and the Promise. My sister actually bought me this book. She buys me a lot of books that I don't even open. And then sometimes I'm just like, okay, maybe I should read this book. Because I like to read things like from my phone, and that's really bad. But I'm just starting to get into like books. So this is from The Law and the Promise. And this is, again, of course, about the subconscious and how important that is. So it says, why build, this is the question, why build a stately habitation unless you intend to dwell therein? What does that mean? Why build a stately habitation unless you intend to dwell therein? So your stately habitation is your mind, right? So if you have a stately habitation, if your mind is going to dwell somewhere, why are you allowing it to dwell in negative things? Because that's only going to present negative outcomes. So why build a stately habitation unless you intend to dwell therein? I ask myself that question every day. Why would I create an unhealthy environment for my mind to live in when I can create a great one that's going to create a greater life? Why build a stately habitation unless you intend to dwell therein? And most people, you do dwell in those mental states. You dwell in them. And when you dwell in them, you impress your subconscious. And when you suppress your subconscious mind, you then what? You create that reality. So if you're going to dwell in a state, you better make it a good one. Because we have that choice. But our subconscious is so powerful. Our subconscious drives 95% of our life. 5% of our life is driven by conscious decision. The other 95% is the subconscious. So when you have these things in your mind, or these beliefs in your mind that come up every single day, that's your subconscious. When you're saying like, oh my God, I really, really love that outfit, I want to go buy it. And then your subconscious says, you can't afford that. Your conscious mind is saying, yes, I want to go and grab this. And your subconscious mind tells you, you can't afford that. You can't have that. Why do you think that you deserve that? So if our subconscious drives 95% of our day, And that is the state that we're dwelling in. How do we change it? How do we change it? Repetition, repetition, repetition. So an example for me with repetition and how you program your subconscious mind. And this is an example that I think people will be able to relate to. As a dancer, when I would learn choreography, when I danced professionally for the Sixers, right? We used to learn choreography. Okay, this is like two parts of the story. So when I was on the Sixers dance team, I was 17 years old. I made the dance team right out of high school, right? I was on antidepressants at that time. Those antidepressants stole my short-term memory. Growing up as a dancer, I was always the fastest learner, can pick up choreography really easily. Once I started taking these antipsychotics or whatever you want to call them, these poisons, it literally took away my short-term memory. So I would ask questions like, I would ask my sister the same question 10 times in a row, and she'd be like, you literally just asked me that question. And I couldn't remember that I did because it literally took away my short-term memory. So then for me, learning was a complete struggle. It was an incredible struggle for me to learn when I was on antidepressants because it ruins your entire mind, right? So when I would learn choreography, and again, the other thing is when I would learn choreography, I would have to run it over and over again in my mind. I couldn't sleep being on antidepressants for one. So I would be up all night. I couldn't shut my mind off. This choreography would run through my mind at like crazy speeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The numbers would just count and count and count over and over again in my mind, right? So this is about impressioning the subconscious mind. So there's choreography that's still fresh in my mind from over 15 years ago. I still remember choreography from over 15 years ago because that's how deeply I impression that upon my subconscious mind. It better not start with blowing shit outside right now. I'm going to have to close the window. So how you change your subconscious, they don't usually do this on Monday, and now I'm going to be really upset about this. I got to close the window. Hold on. These fuckers. Damn it. Okay. So, getting back to that. So, impressioning the subconscious mind. That choreography will be in my mind for the rest of my life. That's how much I impressioned it on my subconscious mind because it was repetition, repetition, repetition. What other point is repetition, repetition, repetition? Programming the mind. If you sit in front of the television long enough, which is why it's called TV programming, and I've mentioned this before, when you are watching TV, you go into a brainwave state that impressions the mind. So if you're watching the news every day and they're repeating the same things over and over again, that's impressing the subconscious mind that there is danger out there, that you are going to get sick, you are going to possibly die, you could possibly get this illness, all bad things can happen. You can possibly get shot in the street. This is programming the subconscious. They instill fear in people by impressioning the subconscious, and then that becomes your reality. There are so many people frozen in fear because they listen to the programming that's on their TV or on their cell phones, and they keep reading these things over and over and over again. Fear-based, 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 so that you're impressioning the subconscious mind. You then lose power. You then you live in fear. You have no inner power. And you will submit to anything that's going on around you, especially from the TV, because that is what you're projecting into your reality. So they know that when you program the mind, that becomes the reality. And this is not a real subject for many people to understand or digest. Most people just cannot understand that our matrix system, that is how the game works. We are programmable entities. And once we have those running programs, that is then projected into our reality. It sounds like a sci-fi movie, but this has been explained through science. Subconscious mind and the way it works is science. It's not anything other than that. And it's hard for people to comprehend that our reality is literally based on our thoughts. I'm going to go into the power of your subconscious mind. My sister might join us today. I don't know if she's going to. One man does not heal by a different power than another. It is true he may have his own theory or method. There's only one process of healing, and that is faith. There's only one healing power, namely your subconscious mind. Select the theory and method you prefer. You can rest assured if you have faith, you shall get results. This is with any part of your life. Engineer here who has reverse engineered to the same conclusion. Can you explain that a little bit? This book, so there's two books that I'm reading from. This is Neville Goddard, The Law and the Promise. There's a lot of good nuggets in here. He does tell like a lot of stories and stuff, and I just skip over those sometimes because they're really long. But is this? So we're gonna go back to the power of the subconscious mind. So if you have faith, you shall get results. And again, I'm going to say that. If you have faith in what you want, and you persist in that faith, that without a doubt, you're going to get it. It's going to manifest. It's not because like I'm some witch like teaching some magic shit. This is... I've known someone to heal their eyesight with their consciousness. Our mind is incredibly powerful. They fear us really discovering that. Which is the reason why I like to discuss this. This isn't because I'm right about everything. I know everything. I know nothing. I am learning just as every one of us are on a learning path. But there are some things that I am insanely passionate about that I feel necessary to talk about. Because the person that was just on here just said they fear us discovering the power of our mind. And that is the truth. If you understand how the matrix system worked, your life would be so much more magical. And I'm just discovering that now. Like, I'm manifesting things more and more quickly because I'm understanding that every program that I have is ruling my life. So if I rearrange those programs to the things that I actually want, my life is going to change and it's going to reflect that. So in my life, I want to be traveling more. I want to be speaking at more events. And I did this a couple months ago, and then I just stopped doing it because you just forget. If you're not constantly working on it, you just then allow your subconscious to take over. And then your mind, your life rather, is just being led by your subconscious, which are things that mostly people don't want. A lot of people's programming are negative. Especially just living in this world there is so much negativity. It's very easy to be impressioned upon the negative things. And then your life becomes negative. But I am working on traveling more and being at more events with like-minded people. Like, that's where I would like to be. But I'm not a witch. Some people say that I'm a witch. You could say whatever you want. I really don't care. But I'm not teaching witch stuff. I'm teaching scientific stuff. And I always tell people, go watch Brucelipton. Why are they doing this outside the window right now? Brucelipton is all based in science. He is a genius. He is amazing at what he teaches. But he teaches people how to get their power back. And that is one of my true goals in life, is to help empower people to understand the power that you possess inside yourself. Guys, I've been called a witch a lot in life because you know what? I know that I'm powerful. But I also help people understand how powerful they are. I've freaked a lot of people out in my life, trust me. Okay, mental healing in modern times. Everyone is definitely concerned with the healing of bodily condition and human affairs. What is it that heals? Where is the healing power? These are questions asked by everyone. The answer is that this healing power is in the subconscious mind of each person. And a changed mental attitude on the part of this sick person releases this healing power. No mental or religious science practitioner, psychologist, psychiatrist, or medical doctor ever healed a patient. Think about that. There's an old saying, the doctor dresses the wound, but God heals it. So let's give an example. I talk about my little sister a lot when she had cancer, when she was in the hospital. She was in the hospital from December until April, I believe, in ICU most of the time. If I suffered anything near what she suffered, I would have said, God, take me, I'm out. Thank you for the experience. I'm out. We watched her suffer and wither away to nothing. She was down to like 80 pounds at one point. Like, I remember after she started getting chemo, and from laying in the bed so much, she had like all these knots in the back of her hair, and I was brushing her hair, right? And I just remember just clumps of her hair coming out in my hands. And she was saying, is my hair coming out? Is my hair coming out? And I didn't know like how to tell her. There's an 18-year-old kid laying in bed, and I'm brushing her hair, and it's just coming out, and it's just coming out. I won't talk about my rage in that time because of pharmaceuticals, but she was so sick. I watched her like dying. I watched her. She was bedridden for months on end in ICU. But this child, she's now 30, this child at the time had such a will to live that there's no other explanation for it. The doctor said she had no chance. The doctor said she was going to die. But she had the will to live and heal herself. The doctors did not expect her to live. They said, we're going to give her the highest kind of chemo that we can offer. All this stuff. My sister Jen and I went in there. We wanted to give her carrot juice in her IV. Like, we wanted to do all the holistic things, but she was in a coma most of the time. So they wouldn't allow us to do anything holistic. So we didn't know what to expect. But when she was awake, she had this will to live. But even when she was in a coma, she's like a mom to us, this woman, this producer that we worked with, she would say to us, talk to her tumor. Talk to her tumor. Tell the tumor, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing Stephanie what she needs to do. You're free to go now. Talk to the tumor, will it away. So we would do those things while she was in a coma. We would talk to her and say, Steph, you got this. But it was her will. It was her will to get up and get out of that hospital. She couldn't walk. She had to learn to walk again. So the power of healing is in the mind. She could have given up and said, this is my time. The doctor said I'm going to die, and I'm going to die. Because a lot of these doctors do impression the subconscious by telling people, you only have 10 days to live. You have 3 months to live. We give you a year max. And most of those people will check out at those times because their subconscious is impressioned with that information. But she had the strongest will to live and get out of there. She had the strongest will to get out of that place, and she did. So when it says no mental or religious scientist, practitioner, psychologist, psychiatrist, or medical doctor ever healed a patient. The doctor dresses the wound, but God heals it. The psychologist or psychiatrist proceeds to remove the mental blocks in the patient so that the healing principle may be released, restoring the patient to health. Can you be helped along the way with your healing? Absolutely. But 9 times out of 10, if you don't believe you're going to heal from something, you're not. Like, my Psych K session was amazing. And all these things started to move and shift. But I still have, my subconscious is so strong, and most of us, that I'm going to have to do probably another several sessions. And look, I'm programming my mind to believe I'm going to need this many more sessions to get the results that I want. But I just know how strong my mind is, and that I'm going to have to go through these sessions multiple times for the same belief to get that relief, to get that really openness in my life that I want, to have an overflow and an overabundance of the things that I want. Because those programs are so deeply ingrained in my existence, I'm going to have to do it multiple times for the same belief and then move on to something else. Because that's how powerful our minds are. Joe Dispenza is amazing too. Wait, Landon, I want to read. So true. I was healed of an enlarged kidney as a baby. My mom said a preacher came on the TV one day and started prophesizing that he saw me playing in my playpen and that I was healed. My mother took me back to the doctor and my kidney was normal. It really is the power of your mind. The power of your mind. Even when they say 21 days to program, even that is a belief system. And that's so true. You have that in your mind, like, I'm doing this. I'm going to do this program. It's going to take 21 days to help heal this. It's going to take 21 days to reprogram that. It's going to take 21 days for me to lose this weight. Programming. You have it in your mind. It's only going to take 21 days. That's going to take 21 days. It's that simple. Everything is a program. Joe, I can't right now. Let me see. The most powerful, wonderful thing to know is this. Imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Then the infinite life principle will respond to your conscious choice and your conscious request. This is the meaning of believe you have received and you shall receive. This is what the modern mental scientist does when he practices prayer therapy. So I'm going to read that again. Imagine this. Imagine the end desire and feel its reality. And that's what a lot of things in manifestation talk about, especially a lot of Neville, Goddard stuff, is feel it real and it becomes your reality. Even if you're daydreaming about something, or even if you're daydreaming about something bad happening, like, oh, I'm afraid if I go here, I'm going to get in a car accident. You're programming that to draw that to you. Maybe it won't be you that got in an accident. Maybe it's somebody that you know, but you're constantly putting these negative things into your subconscious. And if you don't have control over these thoughts, because a lot of people do suffer from anxiety that is debilitating, and you just have these thoughts that run over and over and over again. It's honestly a very easy fix. And I know that might be hard for some people to believe that have been dealing with this for so long. And nothing I ever say or talk about is any kind of medical advice. These are things that I have done for myself. These are things that I have experienced personally, because I was always so interested in the mind. That's probably why I've always been so insane my whole life. It always intrigued me how the mind works. I have gotten myself into and out of depression so many times in my life, and I know how to do it. I've mastered these things in a very strange way. I've mastered these things. We can all master these things. We can all master the mind. We can all master the healing process. I've been not so healthy in my lifetime, and I've been of extreme health. Now I choose to be in extreme health. And yes, there are times I go to a holistic practitioner often, because I just want to know where my body is. I always want to improve different things. I always want to see if there's anything that I can make better, so that I can have these experiences and I can share them with other people. And my whole goal is holistic wellness. Everything that we need to heal ourselves is out in nature, is available to us. So when it comes to really debilitating anxiety, there's a lot of nutritional things that go with that, which is why I take a lot of minerals. My multi-mineral blend, faithful to that. Our whole food system is void of minerals. Our body's made up of minerals. I talk about this all the time, but people don't realize the importance and the correlation between mental health and diet. And I don't mean diet as in just food. I mean also supplementation, supplementing yourself with the minerals that you don't get. So again, this is not any suggestion. What I have done, and this might sound a little crazy, but what I have done when I had something going on with my eye, I did put drops of my own urine in my eye. Yes, that's what I said. I put drops of my own urine in my eye. If this is very foreign to you, if you have not heard me say this before, I encourage you to buy the book, Your Own Perfect Medicine. And read it, because it's all based on science. So going back to mineral deficiencies and mental health, there is another supplement that I take that has helped me tremendously, and that's lithium orotate. You guys have heard me talk about this. I was having racing thoughts, and this is recently. This is only like a couple months ago. Racing thoughts, couldn't stop the racing thoughts. They would just be on a loop over and over and over and over again. So I understand people that have really bad anxiety and then tend to have a negative state of mind and anxiety. That's like a recipe for disaster. So lithium orotate is the orotate is a natural salt that occurs in the body. And it is like, very small milligrams, but that has helped me tremendously with anxiety, looping of your mind, not urine, and with depression. That book is not a scam. Weird flex, but okay. So I know that it's a foreign concept with the urine thing, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot. But there are so many tremendous healing benefits, and that's another thing that's a programming. That's a programming that taught from the beginning of time since we were babies, that it's waste. You flush it down the toilet, it's waste. It's a waste product. It's a waste product. Urea, urine, derivatives from urine, they're used in so many products that we are unaware of. They're used in so many beauty products because of the benefits in it. This is not something I just felt like making up yesterday. This practice has been around for thousands of years. The healing benefits of your own urine, the things that come out of your body. Your own perfect medicine. Thank you for writing that. Do you have to use your own pee? I mean, you don't. You can use, if you want to ask somebody for their pee, like, sure. But I would use your own because this is why the book is called Your Own Perfect Medicine. Because whatever you are excreting in your urine is your own perfect medicine. But again, we're just going to go back to the subconscious blocks that we're taught that it's a waste product, so therefore it must be. Just like we're taught about all the lies of religion, all the lies of government, all the lies of our history. These are all programs that are uploaded into our consciousness from when we were very young, so that becomes our belief system. That is why people are so heavily rooted in their religion, because that is a program that is taught from a very young age. And you are fed these things. And because millions of people believe it, it must mean that it's right. It must mean that it's true. And I'm the opposite of that, which is not saying that anybody has to be the way that I am, but I don't like the herd mentality. I don't like going along with what everyone does because I like to question things and I like to come to my own conclusions. I don't want someone programming me with all their bullshit. And that's exactly what a lot of it is bullshit, that we have these programs that run us. Why should someone else get the opportunity to run my computer? That's why the television is so important. That's why schooling and education is so important. These are just programming operations. Do we need to learn how to read? Sure. Basic math, great. Science, nature, awesome. But history is a lie. We don't even know what really happened in our past. But all these programs are uploaded. And all these programs are uploaded to create more division. To create more negativity. So when we start to back away from those things and we start to do our own self-discovering with the truth that matters in life, your life will begin to change and you're going to feel more free. The things that we have uploaded into our subconscious, like look at the things in the schooling. Now all of a sudden they're teaching kids that you could choose your fucking gender. These are all programs. These are things that are going to be the future of other generations. To know that you can go to school and be a cat if you want. And you could go and pee in a litter box in your classroom. These are mental illnesses. But these are also programs that they are teaching children that they can have these decisions so that they're so confused as adults that they are not going to be fully functioning and they're going to be the most easily impressioned and easily defeated. Because you have no idea who you are. They are trying to steal the identity of mankind. They don't want men to be men. Because when you emasculate men, they're not going to be protectors. They're not even going to know who the fuck they are. They're not going to be able to protect a nation. They're not going to be able to protect their family. They're not going to be able to protect their children. They're going to be so confused. They don't even know their role in life. So these are all programs that they are starting to upload into people's consciousness. And that's why it's important for us to not share as much as possible. Like I don't share anything regarding gender ever. I think it's an absolute joke. But the more that they steal our identity and then upload that into our consciousness, the more easily that we will be able to be controlled. And that's one of the biggest agendas going is, there's a hair somewhere, is that they want to take away the identity of the future generations so that you will be controlled and only controlled. You will not know of your inner power. You will not know of your capabilities as a human being. And that's exactly what they want. Let me just read a couple comments. My nephew's middle school literally has litter boxes in the bathroom. I mean, can you really do anything but laugh? I don't know if it's better to laugh or cry at this point. But do you understand? Like, this is what they're doing. They're putting litter boxes in kids' bathrooms in school. For the kids that identify as furries. I don't want to even get into that whole subject matter, but you can see how they want to take down humanity with these belief systems. That's all that they are. This is not science. These are belief systems. They want to have these kids so confused that they have no idea who they are or where their place is in this world, which is why toxic masculinity was such a big thing. And feminism. All these lies. When you are so deeply rooted in who you are and your power, you don't need to fit in the box of toxic masculinity or feminist. When you know exactly who you are, you don't give a fuck about any of these titles. You do your job as a human being. Be kind to other people, but take no shit. And they want to confuse people to the point where, like, you can go meow in the corner or you can bark sitting at your desk in school. We're going to accept you because we accept everything and anything. Because we want to confuse you to the point that you have no identity. You aren't male or female. These are all satanic beliefs. They want to degrade mankind to the point where you have no place in the world except to be enslaved. And one of my main missions in life is to make sure that anybody that hears me speak is empowered by my words. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I really don't give a shit. I opened a door to a girl yesterday. She told me I can open the door myself, asshole. Do you see? Do you see? That's an example right there. Manners don't even exist. The person kindly opens the door and she says, I can open the door myself, asshole. You're welcome. See, that just makes me really angry, so I'm just not going to elaborate anymore. If your kid is still in school, get them out. Landon, 100%. Watch Kathy O'Brien videos on MK Ultra. They are using the programming on the public now. Okay, Crystal, how do you deal with the bullshit that they're stealing identity from younger people? Are you concerned what the world is going to turn into, or how would you not let it get to you? Okay. So the really short answer of that is when you're working on your self-concept, when you're working on really being the creator of your reality, there's a lot of things that no longer bother you anymore because you know that if you're the creator of your reality, it's not going to exist in your reality. If you can help people understand that they create their own reality, there's so many things that are not going to bother them anymore, that are not going to be able to affect them. Does it mean it doesn't exist? No. But the more people that you talk to about this, the more people that you can help understand that the power of your mind is what is the ruler of our lives. That these things start to fade away and they aren't in your consciousness anymore. And again, it's not because it doesn't exist, but if you can help people with their mindset, it's going to start to not exist for them either. I don't talk about politics anymore because it is a programming. That's all that it is programming. So the more that you keep the political stuff in your consciousness, the more divisive you're going to be on the inside. It's black or white. It's pink or blue. It's left or right. It's conservative versus this. It's Christian versus Jew. As long as you keep these programs running and you read about them every day, that's still going to be your reality. So there are certain things, like there's certain like amazing, people that are doing things politically that are doing good. So if there's good things, I like to share those type of things. But when it comes to the divisiveness, like that's just a running program. So it doesn't affect me as much anymore. If I talk about it, like the things with the gender and stuff, I get enraged about it because it's so outlandish, and it really makes me so angry that people fall for these things, but then they share it as well. That only makes matters worse because that keeps that narrative alive. What would happen if we all ignored this whole gender nonsense and the pronouns? What would happen if we ignored it? We didn't share it. Let all the people that want to submit and subject themselves to it have a ball. But if the rest of us didn't, because they make it like it's such a huge number of people that are doing this, they magnify it because the mainstream media has the ability to do that. They have the money to do that, to put it on advertisements, to put it everywhere, that they make it like it's such a larger number than what it really is. But if we all collectively stopped feeding into it, it would cease to exist. It's like, you don't get my power. You don't get to take away my power and who I am. I know who I am. But if you continue to feed into that, you lose yourself and you lose your power. Because you're giving your power away and you're giving your energy. You're giving your energy away to something that is so minute in the grand schemes of life. We're helping to magnify it. We're helping to magnify things by sharing it. We're helping to keep the programming alive by sharing it. Because if someone sees your post and it's about the whole gender pronoun thing, that person is going to feel like, imagine how many people you reach a day with the things that you say and post, right? A lot of times I'll post things for awareness purposes, like how many people are all of a sudden died suddenly, those type of things. Because if you could help save people, I think that that's worth it. But you're not saving people by sharing propaganda, by sharing things that cause further division. The politics part of it. Did you hear the left said this and this politician said that? Like, these people don't even exist to me in my reality. They don't exist to me in my reality. I hear their voice and I turn it off. Because it invokes a feeling in me that I don't like. So if it's going to give me a negative feeling, like, why am I going to give into it? Why am I going to post it and be like, look what this person said, so I can enrage other people and continue to make other people feel divided? That doesn't make sense to me. And you can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit what anybody else does. But I'm just saying, for me, I don't want to keep the programming alive. I'm just going to read a few comments for a second. I have to sleep with a lot of crystals in my neck. Trust me, I get it. Landon, I love you. The bugs too, the bug thing. Thank you for mentioning the whole bug scenario too. Like, these are all programs. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then they'll use celebrities to put the stamp of approval on it. Well, I eat bugs. They're so good for me. They're going to give you the best skin. Like, they come up with the most outlandish things because they know, or they at least knew, that celebrities had a very high impact on people's consciousness. Like, look at the Kardashians. Look at what they've done to females. Look how many women resort to plastic surgery and getting fake asses and just ridiculous. This is, again, part of the identity theft. Stealing the identity of people so that they can't even look in the mirror and see themselves anymore. They create a whole new character. Because when you tell a person you're not pretty enough, you're not giving them power. So when you have such a high level or standard of what beauty is, you'll never feel beautiful on the inside. So therefore, you're going to be disempowered. You're going to be disempowered by looking at a standard that is so irrational that you don't know who you are anymore because you're never going to be good enough. Social media is one of those examples. You're never going to be good enough. And I'm not saying this to tell you you're never going to be good enough. I'm saying this that when you have standards that are set to a high degree and a high level, that strips you of your identity. Well, this person has abs and this person's body looks like this, and oh, my waist could be smaller and I need liposuction. You have 17-year-olds saving thousands of dollars to go get their face injected with chemicals and to get breast implants and to get ass implants and to get all these things. And you're disempowering yourself in that process. So that's why people like the Kardashians are so important, because they disempower women. They don't fucking empower you. They disempower you. They want you to feel that you're inferior. They want you to feel insecure in your womanhood so that you continue to change yourself to try and fit the standard of what the perfect woman is. And there is no such thing. We're all meant to be different. And how many people do you know on Instagram, these IG models and whoever else, they all look like the same person. They all look like the Kardashians. I want my nose to be like hers. I want my waist to be this small. I want my ass to be this big. You're losing yourself in the process. You're never going to be good enough. So therefore, you're never going to be able to stand in your power. And they want to create people that are so weak so that they can control you. They dangle a carrot of perfection in front of you, like these fake celebrities, to disempower you, not to empower you. There are some celebrities, and they're not as prominent as, the AA listers that are being completely controlled, that do have powerful things to say to people, but they don't have a voice. They don't give these people a microphone. They are giving a microphone to people that are disempowering you. And that is for a reason. So, Landon said, I don't know if it's you or I took too much sea moss, but this has got me sweating. I don't know. I didn't take my sea moss yet, but I'm going to be taking it right after this. I'm divorced and really just haven't been interested in dating, but I wonder how others feel about it. I think a lot of people are finding their way right now, because I know a lot of people that are single and that are finding themselves. And I think it's more important to find yourself than to find somebody else. If you have not found yourself yet, if you're not grounded and standing in your power yet, go within. So many people want somebody outside of themselves to give them what they don't possess on the inside. But there's also a lot of people in their own awakening process, finding more people that are like-minded or that are like you. I think that's really important too. Read some comments, because we're gonna get, Mary says, you find yourself first. I agree with her. Guys, I don't subscribe to the political thing. I don't know about Dan Crenshaw. I could care less what he does, where he goes. I don't care about these people. They have no bearing on my life. And I think that is one of the biggest misconceptions, is that if we just get the right people in office, if I just go and find the right partner, if I just have the right house, I will feel X, Y, and Z. That it will be the answer. We are the answer. Nobody else outside of you is the answer. We are the answer. We have the key to unlock the potentials of our life. Not a politician, not a religion, not a partner, not the place that you live, not the handbag that you carry, not the car that you have. Those things are not going to bring you happiness. And they're not going to bring you power either. You're going to bring your own power to yourself. So I don't talk about politicians. I don't care if the government crumbled tomorrow. That would be the best thing for all of us, actually. But that has no bearing on my life. I have to do what I have to do for myself. Just like every single one of us has to do what we have to do for ourselves. That's it. That's what the Jews said in Germany in the 1930s. What did they say? I talk a lot, so I don't know what you're referring to. We have awake Waza warriors that take responsibility. Every single one of us has to be a warrior. Not just me, not just you, not just 500 people. We all have to be warriors. We all have to empower ourselves. Mayor, you do have the best reality. You have beautiful horses all around you. What's better reality than having these majestic animals around you? I'm trying to open this question thing, but of course it's just spinning. Can't see the questions. I think a lot of people are just stepping away from all the bullshit. I agree. I do agree 100%. Because people are finally starting to see what's been going on all along. And we can no longer sweep it under the rug. I just also wanted to tell you guys before we hop off, I am getting my sword tattoo this week. I talked about it on a live before. I'm getting a very, very soft sword tattoo. For not only myself, but everyone else that's been in this battle and standing in their power. Because the sword is symbolic for power, courage, and strength. And so after I get it, I'm going to post a picture of it, and I'm not encouraging, but I would love for us to have matching swords. I don't know where I'm going to get it yet, but it's going to be very small. But that means a lot to me. And so I'm going to do that this week. I'm super excited about that. And then the last thing that I'll say, retreat tickets are on sale. It's January 26th to the 30th in Tulum. I would love to see you guys there. You can go to www.nourishmysoulretreats.org. Get 25% off the tickets. You could use my name as a code. I am super excited about it. But tickets are selling, so if you're planning on coming, please get your tickets soon because I don't want it to sell out and then you don't have your tickets. Yeah, so I'm going to post the picture of my tattoo, and then whoever wants to get it, let's go. I don't know where I'm going to get it, though. Maybe a little there, maybe a little one there. The picture that I saw, it's on the finger, but I don't know if I can do all that. That's kind of gangsta. So sending everybody love. Happy Monday. Let's go out into the world and be our best version. And consciously choose what our life is going to be. I love you all so much. Richard loves you. I love you back. Yes, we're going to do another one in the future. Guatemala is far. Use eternal ink. I love that. I love you all. That's not a bad idea, but that's kind of like, that's a lot. That's a lot. Have an amazing Monday. I'll be live this week. But if not, I'll see you Thursday morning. But I will be live before that. I'm sure of it. Have an amazing day. Love you lots. Adios.